Hey y'all, it is December the 15th, 2018. Try not to be too loud, there's people sleeping. Y'all, I wanted to holler at you because I just seen a video. I've been kind of in a haze since I woke up early this evening. Zombie walking through and stuff, man, it's been a lot on my mind. But I just saw a video right now, I was straight chilling, and thought I would check in on the dude, Owen Benjamin. A lot of people know who that is, and he just made a video. It's called "Burn the Deadwood." You can find it on YouTube, and it's a 10-minute video clip in which Owen's just kind of pouring it all out there, which he tends to do, and you could tell he's really kind of shook up, kind of. All right. And before that, I actually saw an interview with Gavin McInnes, which is relevant, with Laura Loomer. That interview also kind of plays into this video I wanted to do here with y'all. The before video, Gavin and Laura, these are both people who certainly get death threats all the time. So, certainly aren't exactly being heard as far as, trying to explain themselves. The media, which is your enemy, that I can assure you, it's the accuser of you, and it will happen. The media, they don't let nobody explain themselves. They don't give anybody like a platform in order, you know what I'm saying? There's no sort of debate or anything like that. Not in America, it seems. It's kind of depressing, but it should be a little bit of a relief to know that you know that. All right, because that's half the battle right there, is knowing that the media is out there to get you, period, and entertain the bloodthirsty. All right, so he put out a video, and he's probably talking about a lot of stuff, but particularly he was just talking about. I'm talking about Owen Benjamin. I'm sorry, I skipped over Laura Loomer, Gavin McInnes. Obviously, very banned, or they're trying to. YouTube's trying to ban him. Google's trying to ban him. Facebook, Twitter, it goes on and on. Right. All right. So, and then I saw this video with Owen Benjamin. It's called "Burn the Deadwood," in which he's talking about his own fans, and it's a small percentage. Allegedly, if they are even his fans, perhaps some of them were, got mad at him, right, because he said that the moon landing did not happen, and he presented all sort of evidence. Whether he agreed, don't agree, thought his evidence was valid or invalid, he went through the effort, and his case was really kind of pretty intriguing. So, and before I even saw that video, I didn't really care about the moon landing. It's not very believable, but so he said that all sort of people got mad at him, and he details that people were sending him poison gummies and all sort of stuff through the mail and this and that. It's got him down, and he's noticed that sometimes he can get into a negative space. It's not beneficial, or it's not very constructive around his family, and he's got some young kids and a wife. Right? He's kind of tripping out about that. I understand, like, he's got this thing called the Bears going on, and it's a group of people. It's just people, and they get together and they express their thoughts. And it doesn't always work out really well, because some people will disagree with you, and if they have hate in their hearts, as soon as they disagree with you, they hate you. Right? Period. And that goes for anybody in the world. For those people, if you have hate in your heart at all, or anger in your heart, you're going to wind up turning on anybody who disagrees with you in the slightest about stupid things, small things that don't even make sense, like the moon landing. It doesn't make sense that we'd have to agree on that, or that anybody would have to agree on that. If we're not astronauts, if we're not working at NASA, it does not matter, all right? But he was getting down. And I want to bring attention to that. And I also wanted to call attention to a video that was made a long time ago. I'll see if I'll leave the links to these videos in the bottom. But I want to call attention to a video that was made by the man, Maitre Mark, ultimate philosopher, if you will. And he said, what people don't realize is when it comes to welfare, lots of times charity or whatever, when it comes to welfare and giving people things for nothing, which is technically what Owen does a lot of the time. I mean, a lot of his materials for free. When it comes to welfare, a lot of people don't realize that welfare is going to cause people, the recipients of the welfare, to absolutely resent those giving them welfare. I.e., just an example, but there's a lot of examples. Black folk, those who call themselves black folk, which I don't agree with black, white, all these stupid terminologies, but those who call themselves black folk tend to like really hate the government, all right? Really hate for example, the white man, and it's all preposterous. But the reason is because the so-called white man and the government gives them welfare for nothing and treats them like children. All right, that is the cycle. People will begin to hate you. The more popular you become, it's a minority of people in the Bears themselves, but more people are gonna hate Owen Benjamin. And more people outside of the Bears are gonna hate Owen Benjamin, hate him because the guy hate in their hearts, right? I wanted to bring that up because technically this is what we're all going to experience. Any one of us. Anybody who comes to this channel and has the nerve to speak up, all right, here's what's going to happen, and you already know. I'm not telling you something you don't know, but I want to reaffirm. People are going to hate you. More and more people are going to hate you with time, and to include your family. There's certain people in your family, the people in your family are going to turn on you first before everybody else. They're going to hate you first. Simply because y'all disagree. Well, why? Because they got hate in their hearts. They're trying to let it out onto something. All right. There's some Owen Benjamin has to deal with. There's some Lord Loomer has to deal with. Some Gavin McGinnis has to deal with. I'm pretty sure if I keep it up, some I'm going to have to deal with. If you try to keep it up, some you're going to have to deal with. It's ubiquitous. It's across the board. All right. That being said, I want to bring up something I hadn't talked about. I don't think particularly on this channel. This is a worldwide exclusive. First time I talked about it. But as far as people like us, or as far as people who choose to speak up publicly about what's right and what's wrong, right? It's going to be a dangerous journey. That I can assure you. That I can assure you. You're going to have people everywhere you go wanting your death. All right, in no uncertain terms. And it's shocking. You might think, well, all I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of the truth, and if anything, it's just my opinion and stuff. We all deserve to disagree if we want to. Yeah, but those rules, they don't apply. You know what I'm saying? To a lot of people's psyche. All right, so it's a choice that you had to make. I mean, everybody could see the truth if they wanted to, but it takes a certain kind of person to actually step up and say things that people don't like. All right, and who I feel for the most, along my journey, I've looked around, and of all the people speaking up and saying things that I may or may not agree with, just because they had the freedom of speech. All right, I gotta admit, I really, really do feel for the ones whose families, wives, husbands, children, are around them and love them. I feel for those people, because it's unfortunate, but they have to go down that. They got to go on that roller coaster with you. They have to, and it's unfortunate. None of us want our children or our wives or our husbands to go through that. None of us do. Not any of us. But you understand that if they're around, they had to go through it with you. And it's terrible, there's certain things that from time to time they get me down, dude. Like, as far as my wife, my ex-wife, whatever you want to call her, I don't see her. I don't know where she's at. My daughter, same deal. Don't know. I just don't know. All right, that has a tendency to hurt people's feelings, right? And it could get you down from time to time. But at the same time, a certain part of me that feels pretty good knowing that they're away from this. That they're away from a guy who a lot of people are going to hate. And the thing is, I can't shut up. If I were to shut up, I would just stop talking. I'm either gonna say what I want, or I'm just not even gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? That's who they would be dealing with, right? I speak out against certain things that I feel are just unaffordable to include, and especially child abuse. That's one thing. Being lied to through the mass media, that's another thing. All right, child abuse is all around me. I wake up to it. My stomach is churning right now just from the child abuse that I was witnessing to a little while ago. All right, it's terrible. Some things that I just can't help. I'm going to talk about it. It would put my family in danger. Why? Not because I would be beating them, things of this nature. No, it would put my family in danger because maybe some people out there would disagree with me. That's the world that obviously a lot of us know that we live in, right? And I just want to say for everybody out there who's going to find themselves isolated, I guarantee it, in the physical sense, you had to know that people all around the world, although you're isolated in a very physical sense, people all around the world are right there with you. They are your brothers. They are your sisters. They are also isolated. They are also persecuted. They are also obstructed from liberty and things of that nature. They're obstructed from peace. All right, we had to speak out for them. It's not even a question. We had to speak out for those who can't speak out for themselves. All right, and although there's a lot of people out there who have families, who are on this dangerous journey of simply trying to spread truth and awareness. Right? For all those people out there, it's hard to remember it at times. But the world you would be leaving for your, say, children or your wife, it will definitely be worse. It'll definitely be less free. It'll definitely feel more like a prison if you don't say something now. Right? You're definitely, and that's the conundrum we got here. You're definitely going to set your future ancestry. You're going to set them up for failure and despair if you don't speak out. So I'd like to tell you might as well take the risk. I'm over here and I'm doing it by myself. Ain't nobody around me to hurt me and stuff. As far as, you can't, if you're going to get at anybody, you have to get at me directly. All right? And the thing is, I'm not all that concerned about it. All right, I welcome it. Anyways, it's December the 15th, 2018. I appreciate all y'all. And y'all know who you are. It's December the 18th, 15th, 17th, 2018. I'll holler at y'all.